We are going to go over the creation of lamps, and for this we're actually going to only be using the lathe tool. It's pretty easy when I go ahead and I'll show you how to do it. I'm going to use this lamp as the video that I'm going to be creating, and this is going to be a very short video, so you guys don't have to worry about it. It's not going to be as long as the other one. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's the desk from earlier. I'm going to do a new file. To create this one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start from the front. You can either do the front or the side. And I'm going to create it with the we're going to do it with the Bezier tool. So I'm going to kind of go back and look at this one, so it kind of comes up right here. So we're going to kind of make a curve that's going to do this shape, alright, and then we're going to do the shade on another spline itself. So to do this, you want to make sure that you try to get as close as possible to the center with the first one, and then we're going to have it stick out a little bit, and then I'm going to have it come in just a tiny bit. And then, of course, like I said, I'm just going to be eyeballing this, and alright, we're just going to kind of create the shape. This is just going to be kind of try to get as close as possible to create the shape that we want. Alright, so this is going to be, let's just double check, see what it looks like. Really fat on the bottom, and it kind of goes in and it scoots out a little bit more. This should work pretty good for us. We'll just go ahead and just mess with these curves just a little bit more, try to smooth it out a little bit more for us. There we go. That looks pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and create this with a lathe, and I'm going to put that underneath there, and I'm going to look at what we have created just basically with this lathe. So I mean, this is pretty spot on right off the bat. I mean, might need to stretch it out a little bit. Definitely need to make I'll have to just make these curves just a little bit more. We'll get this curve right here to be kind of a little bit more round right here. And what I'm really doing is I'm just taking these splines here, and I'm just going to go ahead and just keep moving the splines themselves so that we can have a nice shape to it. Alright, it's a little bit taller, so it's getting a little bit closer to what we had with that. Not too bad. This does need to be a little bit fatter. So bring that out. Select this right here. Bring that out a little bit more. Bring it out a little bit more like this. Just with the curves. More of a bold shape. And then see if we can make this come out a little bit more and a little bit more. Make this come out just a tiny bit more. And that's a pretty basic shape for that. I want to make this a little bit taller. So we'll just keep messing with it. That looks pretty good. Okay, cool. That looks pretty good. So we'll see what other options we have inside this thing that we can do. Maybe to make a little bit more of that jaggedness to it. So we can see if we turn down the subdivisions a little bit, if maybe I can get that look that we're looking for. Okay, that's pretty basic right there. I'm going to have some issues with this being round, but if not going to be too picky about that with this. But if I wanted this to be round at that point in time, I would just make that round shape with a lathe and just like an individual lathe. But now that I have these splines, subdivisions down, there we go. This one looks pretty sharp compared, just like on the lamp itself. It probably has two, so 1, 2, 3, 6 divisions too. So I would probably go up to the 6. So I have that look to it. All right. So right there, I have a nice base for the actual lamp itself. Now I'm going to go ahead and make the top part of the lamp shade, and we're going to go ahead and get a Bezier tool again, and on this one we really don't need to be right off onto the middle of this right here. We're going to start up a little bit higher, because let's say if this was the top of the lamp, you'd have all that mechanical stuff where the light would be sitting right here, and then it would be, you'd have like the wires that would poke out, let it sit up a little bit too. So we'll go right here, and I'm going to go down here, and we're going to go down right here, and I'm going to go back up there. Alright, we got that, and then we're going to go ahead and actually I'm going to go ahead and add a point in here. And move that point around just so that we have kind of somewhat of a different look to it. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to take that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the lathe, and I'm going to make this underneath there, and now we have a lamp. And we can actually bring this lathe down just a little bit, so maybe it kind of sits in there a little bit like that. And so let's check out this lamp compared to the one over there. Not too bad. Mine's looks a little bit too skinny up there, so we can. That's an easy fix to fix with that. And it probably looks like it needs to go up a little bit more too. A little bit more, and then I just need to fix the spline so that these two are going to be away a little bit more. So it kind of gives it more of a look like that. There you go. That is a lamp. If you wanted to, you can probably actually go ahead and add like some additional stuff to it, but just in general, that's a pretty good lamp. I know that doesn't connect, but say if this was on somebody's desk in a scene, something like that, you don't have to really build everything that you can't see, especially if it's just going to be that far away. So